Gonna give a roll call and just say you're here, and then we'll, open your meetings. You'll come up, you'll sign in, record for your names, addresses, and then we'll, read you some information, and then you present your case. Then we'll ask if anyone from the audience wishes to be heard, any separate applicant. Time, and then we'll, next one, we make decisions at the end of the night. Okay, or if you want to be involved. Is Showplace Properties?
Here.
Matt Barber?
Here.
Kowski?
Yes.
Pierce? There. Commerce? Orangetown Commerce? You guys have the information that we required?
Yes, you have
Okay,
it.
so then I'm not gonna, I won't move you to that. Then you guys come on. Okay, I make a motion, we have two continued items. Make a motion for, application Showplace Properties.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Come on up. Yes, the map.
ZBA 25-10, continued item. Five point one five three, accessory structure. Or any other accessory structure. One, and zero, in, at 0 feet respectively, for deck as a single family residence. Schreiber Street, Titanic, New York, and it's on the original tax map as section. Lot 29, Arlington. Read the record. She's got to say her statement.
I have a notarized affidavit of posting and disclosure certificate and previous letters of correspondence, and I also have it for you here as well. Schreiber Street, correct?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'll trade you the.
Yeah, these are all read into the
These are
record.
already read, so we're good. Okay.
what was the reasoning why? I'm trying to understand.
You weren't 100% clear
Oh, your measurements were not clear.
on the setbacks of on the survey.
Right.
So I took these measurements.
Gotcha.
I don't really have anything for this.
No, neither do I.
You guys?
I have no questions in front of it. I don't.
Anyone from the audience wish to be heard on this? Okay, we'll make motion closed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Why is that, I don't know, somebody, they're too close together. No, I think maybe those two are too close together.
Okay, make a motion to open Barbara, Matthew Barbara.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll read these, I'll read them.
There's a whole bunch
Who's
though,
doing
right?
this? Yeah.
You want this one? Yeah. Bless you.
Michael Kalinowski, PE, sorry, 228 East Route 59, number 135, Nanuet, New York, 10954.
Bless you.
I do.
Thank you. Miller,
Up.
what do you got?
I have a notarized affidavit
Of posting.
of posting.
Do you have a notarized affidavit of posting?
No, this is a
Oh,
continued
yeah, that's
item.
right, sorry. Okay.
This is-
And several letters of correspondence.
And disclosure certificate, and letters of correspondence, including letters from the previous meeting.
Okay. Okay, these are already read, this is not. Okay, do you want me to read this one?
Sure.
So this is a email dated July 15th, 2025, from Janice at Opt Online, Janice Ganley, homeowner. Dear zoning board members, I write to outline my questions and concerns regarding application ZBA 25-17. To the best of my ability, I reviewed the proposed addition. How close will the paver patio be to my property line, 150 Forest Avenue, and what is the variance distance needed? My concern is a privacy issue. 2, it appears the 3 properties to the east and west of 155 Brightwood Avenue are of similar lot size, and that the properties do not have additions to the main home that extend towards the rear yard. At most, it appears that a deck or shed may have been added. 3, the survey identifies there is a chain link fence in the back of the property. At the last meeting, I stated that it was my fence. However, it was brought to my attention that was incorrect, and it appears that the fence is outside the property line of 155 Brightwood Avenue. Based on the survey, which property is it on? 4, depending on the answer to the above question, is the berm that was newly built by the applicant partially on the 150 Forest Avenue property? 5, at the last meeting, I discussed the natural tree barrier that was removed from my property by the applicant. This too will further reduce my privacy and enjoyment of my backyard. 6, at the last meeting, I was asked for the police report regarding the tree removal by the applicant. The police report and the pre- and post-tree removal pictures are included. A report from an arborist regarding the removal of the natural privacy barrier will be available once complete. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you allowing me to be heard. Janice Ganley, homeowner. And then there are several pictures. Several pictures. And a police report, which I'll read into the record.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
25th, OT, so 17670, FOIL request, application for public records, Orangetown Police Department, requested by Janice Ganley, June 17th, 2025. Okay. Document, this is all about the document itself.
Narrative on
Okay,
the
over here.
On the next page.
All right, so this is the incident 25 OT 17670, reporting officer P.O. Gorzinski, badge 267, report time June 14th, 2024. Civil matter 150 Forest Avenue, Pearl River, New York, occurred from June 14th, 2025. How received by telephone, contact, disposition closed by investigation. All right, and the disposition date is June 14th. Clearance report required. Person Janice Ganley was the person requesting, or who made a phone call. 5'4", 120 pounds, white, female, non-Hispanic. All right, person interviewed Matthew Barbera, Pearl River, New York, 10965, and Anthony Barbera, also Palm Coast, Florida, 32137. Okay, original narrative. The above time, date, and location undersigned responded to a report of a neighbor dispute. Upon arrival, undersigned spoke with Janice Ganley, who stated that her neighbor, Matthew Barbera, had cut down trees on her property, excuse me. Ganley stated that Barbera's father, Anthony Barbera, had come to her house and asked permission to trim tree branches hanging over into his yard. Ganley stated that she had granted verbal permission to Anthony Barbera to trim the branches hanging over the property line. Ganley stated that she arrived home on the evening of June 14, 2025, to find most of the trees and brush on the rear of her property had been cut down and removed. Ganley stated that she had not given Barbera permission to remove the trees and brush. Undersigned observed the stumps of 30 small trees and bushes along the property line at the rear of Ganley's property that had been freshly cut and removed. The undersigned spoke with Matthew Barbera and Anthony Barbera, who stated they had removed the trees and bushes because they believed that Ganley had given them verbal permission. Anthony Barbera stated he had spoken with Ganley and that she had given him permission to do what he needed in order to prevent the shading of the newly planted trees on his side of the property line. The undersigned advised all parties to refrain from interacting with each other and to call the police if there were further incidents. Undersigned additionally advised the parties to document the removed trees and recommended to Ganley to file a claim against Matthew Barbera and Anthony Barbera in small claims court. No further police action was taken at this time. And that, I guess, is it. Supplemental narrative. At approximately 1500 hours on June 15th, the undersigned conducted a follow-up at 150 Forest Avenue. Undersigned spoke with Ganley and explained the process for filling a potential criminal charges against Matthew Barbera and Anthony Barbera. Ganley stated to the undersigned she did not wish to pursue criminal charges at this time. No further police action was taken, and that's it.
All right, ZBA number 25-17, application Matthew Barbera, owner for variances from zoning code, chapter 43, RG District, Group Q, column 4, floor area ratio 30% permitted, 35% proposed. Column 8, front yard 25 feet required with 23.6 feet proposed, and column 11, rear yard 25 feet required, 24.3 feet proposed. Pre-existing non-conforming lot area and lot width, undersized lot applies for an addition and existing single-family residence. The premises are located at 155 Brightwood Avenue, Pearl River, New York, and identified in the Orangetown tax map as section 68.12, block 5, lot 33 in the RG zoning district. All right, so we're back. I believe last time we were looking for comparables in the neighborhood, because we did indicate that what amounts to be just underneath the 20% variance for floor area ratio nears where our limit is, and you're asking for several variances. So were you able to find houses in the neighborhood that are comparably sized?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
102 Brightwood, down the block from Mr. Barber's home, was granted a 0.41% floor area ratio. I'm sorry, a 0.412 floor area ratio. I have the zoning board minutes here. It was ZBA 0783 from 83. Date was September 5th, 2007. Homeowner was Brian and Kate Burke. They actually also required other variances that are applicable to our project, including the side yard and total side yard, all of which was granted. Additionally, the home that they built is a larger home than what Mr. Barber is looking to do on a smaller lot. The exact square footage, based on the architectural plans, they have a 6,000 square foot lot and put up a 2,393 square foot home, whereas Mr. Barbara has a 6,500 square foot lot and is proposing a 2,266 square foot home. I'd also like to clear up, last time I was here, I misspoke and said that the existing home is 1,000 square feet. It's actually 1,625 square feet existing.
I'm sorry, 1,600?
1625.
All right, so not as big as a jump.
No, sir.
Okay,
There are other homes in the area that support this. 55 Bogart went, it's a little bit smaller than ours, but it went over the 30% floor area ratio, and actually was right around where we're at. I have that file here as well.
How many pictures do you,
Hmm?
any pictures?
I have the plans.
Your plans?
I have the plans. This was ZBA 0523, date was March 2nd, 2005. Owners were Dan and Marzina Curbello. Dan and Marzina Curbello.
What was it, was that a non-conforming lot as well, or no?
Yes, sir. It was another 6,000 square foot lot. Additionally, 171 Brightwood has a rear area variance that I don't have the documents on it, but it's about 12 feet off of the property line based on Google Earth imagery. The rear property line.
What was that? For addition?
Yes. There's two separate files here. That's 55 Bogart, and this is 102 Brightwood.
See it?
Additionally, with 102 Brightwood, the architect is the same as Mr. Barber's, and I believe that was the precedent-setting case.
We don't go by precedent set.
No, but
Here's the, we did what we asked.
yes. And I also have one other thing to add. I don't want to get into this. This is a civil matter, but
No, I don't think we should be getting involved in civil matters, correct?
No.
I do have 10 letters of support from neighbors.
Letters of
Okay,
support are
no,
things we take.
Okay.
That was put into the record, right? Do you wanna, are they, is this the?
Is it a form letter?
Yeah, it looks like a form letter. All right, good. So I'm gonna read it one time and then read the addresses of each. Is that okay? For the names and address? Okay. So I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna do that. Cause I can't. You have the names. All right, so this is a form letter, all basically on July 7th, 2025. Dear members of the zoning board of appeals, I'm writing as a neighboring property owner residing at 102 Brightwood Avenue. I request my full support for the zoning application submitted by Matt Rivera for the property located at 155 Brightwood. I have reviewed the nature of the proposed project and understand that it requires multiple area variances for the modest addition at the rear and front of the home, specifically requiring front yard, total side yard, rear yard, and FAR variances. In my opinion, the proposed improvements are reasonable, will not adversely affect the character of the neighborhood, and will likely enhance the overall value and appearance of the property. As someone who lives in close proximity, I have no objection to the requested relief. I do not believe the project will result in any negative impacts to privacy, light, air, or enjoyment of my own property. On the contrary, I believe that allowing this application to proceed will be a positive outcome for the neighborhood as a whole. Please consider this letter as a formal statement of my support. Should you require additional information or wish to confirm my position, I'd be happy to be contacted directly at the phone number here. Signed, I don't know, BB 102 Brightwood. And And then the same letter is for 139 Brightwood Avenue, Vito Gugenti. And 145 Brightwood Avenue, Greg Klein. 149 Brightwood Avenue, Michael Travers. Okay. 150 Brightwood Avenue, MJ something. I don't know what that says. 156 Brightwood Avenue, Michael Jadowski or something of that nature. 164 Brightwood Avenue, Sheila O'Sullivan. 165 Brightwood Avenue, Maria Conway. And 171 Brightwood Avenue, Gianna, not sure what else. Gianna? Annie? Anyway, 171 Brightwood.
All right, so job well done. I mean, frankly, the reason why we wanted more information is because the variance with regard to floor area ratio is a large variance. It's not so much the other ones I'm personally concerned about. And we try not to grant these variances. We do have a zoning code for a reason, but in cases where there's similar properties in the area, you know, we consider it and you have precedent, so you did what we asked. Just to go through this letter and see if there's anything we should address. She's asking about the distance from the pavers. I don't think that's applicable. There's no variance required for that. But just to note, the variance for the rear yard is to the proposed one-story addition, which is only 0.7 feet away from what's needed. Survey. Okay, how about the deal with the chain link fence in the back of the property? Can you just address that? Is that, whose fence is that? What property is it on?
I can't speak to who paid for the fence. I don't even know if Mr. Barber can speak to that.
Okay.
But
Can I just ask, I'm gonna, in this drawing survey, that we're talking about the chain link fence up above? Is that accurate?
yes,
Okay. And that shows on another property.
that's correct.
Are these accurate depictions of your property line then?
I can only go by what the
Your property line?
I
the
can only go
survey?
by what the surveyor certified.
Well, this is a certified survey. So it looks to me as if that chain link fence is outside of that property.
Right, but I mean, we're
So
not
where's
really
the berm?
addressing that as
No.
part of the variance. It's just-
Yeah.
What's the deal with the berm? I don't see that in the pictures.
I do have some photos of the berm.
Okay.
There's 3 that you can page through.
I mean, I would think that's along the back, the rear property line, right?
It is, and again, I can't speak to if it goes over or not. Did you have a survey?
I did have a survey.
Did you mark out, did he stake out before you did the berm? Okay.
But again, we wouldn't be granting a variance for the berm, right? It's kind of just, it's not something we need to address. In fact, I mean, if it's on your property, I think it's a good thing. It gives more privacy.
Well, it looks like, yeah,
He's gonna testify, he's gotta come up.
I don't think, it's not necessary for me for him to testify. Because frankly, we're not addressing that as part of the variance. And the last, with regards to the removal of the trees, is totally not applicable to this meeting. That's a civil matter. So you guys have addressed all my concerns, and I don't have any other questions.
Tom?
No problem.
No, I mean, my only question is whose property is the berm on? I guess that was the question here. So does it go up to the chain link fence, which is
No,
on
it
the other
looks like
property?
it looks
I
like
can't
it-
tell in that picture.
It looked like it wasn't, but would that be an enforcement issue?
Where,
It's
you
over,
will know where their property lines are, I mean.
we're not approving
Berm's
them.
on her property.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
to
know
call
if we can
enforcement,
address that,
correct?
because we can't address that, where there's nothing to, really,
You
right?
have to get a survey, mark out her spots, they'd have to have their survey.
Yeah, so,
I don't know if their markers are still up, this was done a year ago.
yeah, so I don't think we are addressing that one.
Yeah, I'm not approving the berm, we're just approving the distance to the proposed structure.
Right. Anybody, you're good?
I'm fine.
Anyone from the audience wish to be heard on this? No? Okay, make a motion to close?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Make a motion to open Warshawski.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Tom, you want to do it? You good?
Sure.
Hold on a second, I think we got some things
New
going on.
item, a new
Do you
item.
have the affidavit of posting?
I do. This is a new one, so.
Yep. We're down to new ones now.
I have a notarized affidavit of posting, a disclosure certificate, letters of correspondence.
I have somewhere, I just have it in my head.
Yeah, name, you got his info? Can you give your name and information, address, please?
Sure. John Perkins, I'm the architect of the project, I'm a student in Drive, Southeast Virginia.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, have you got it?
I do.
Thank you.
Want me to read these?
Oh, yeah, hold on. Yeah, let's read these letters. You got anything from me, or you want?
I got them here. You can do the next one. Yeah, she did. Okay, this is a letter, oops, sorry, from the Rockland County Department of Planning dated May 30th, 2025. Let's see, item Warshawski, 72 Charlotte Road. Variance application to permit the construction of caretaker's cottage in the rear yard of a single-family dwelling on 5.532 acres in the R80 zoning district. The variance requested for chapter 43, section 5.228, which requires caretaker's cottages to be constructed in the front yard. A previously approved ball court is proposed in the southeastern corner of the site. East side of Charlotte Road, approximately 1485 feet north of Bradley Parkway. We're using for referral of Buttermilk Falls Park. The County of Rockland Department of Planning has reviewed the item, acting under the terms of the above GML powers and those vested by the County of Rockland Charter. The Commissioner of Planning hereby remand for local decision. Proposed action is deemed to have no significant countywide or intercommunity impact under New York State General Municipal Law 239. Therefore, the action is a local decision. 1, the following additional comment is offered strictly as an observation and is not part of the GML review. The board may have already addressed this point or may disregard it without any formal vote under the GML process. 1.1, the site plan includes construction diagrams that are overlain on the plot plan and cover a portion of the site. Separate sheets should be provided to ensure that all site features can be seen on the plan. And it is signed Douglas J. Schutz, Acting Commissioner of Planning. And then there is a letter from Rockland County Sewer District Number 1 dated June 18th, 2025. Rockland County Sewer District Number 1 does not object to the plan as shown. This project does not affect any sanitary sewers within the district. We request no further correspondence for this site. Signed, Nicholas King, Engineer 2. A letter from the Rockland County Center for Environmental Health dated June 18th, 2025. Application is to be made to the RCDOH for review of the stormwater management system for compliance with the county code. And it's signed Brandon Durant, PhD, Assistant Public Health Engineer. And an email from Matthew Shook dated May 16th, 2025. Okay, I guess maybe I have to go the other way. 12:08 PM, 10:37 AM. All right, so I'll start with an email. So the email is May 16th, 10:37 AM. From Caitlin Bettman. Good afternoon. Please see the attached referral for Warshawski, 72 Charlotte Road, Laurel, New York. This project will be here from the zoning board on June 18th. From Caitlin Benton, Friday, May 16th, 10:43 AM to Gad D. at Orange and Rockland, William Perhota, Veolia, DEP.R3 at Deck, New York, and Matthew Shook at PIPC.org. And Matthew Shook answers on May 16th at 12:08 PM. Hello again, having reviewed these plans, I don't foresee PIPC issuing any comments. Thanks again for the opportunity, Matt Shook. And then the June 9th email from Alfred Gaddy to Jane Slavin. Good morning, Jane. Proposed drainage improvement may be in conflict with the existing gas service depending on excavation and grade changes. Please contact ONR's new business department for all disconnects and reconnects. Please note all gas facilities must be located prior to work and all code 753 rules must be followed. Thanks, Alfred Gaddy, PE, Gas Engineering, Orange and Rockland Utilities. And a referral to the Zoning Board of Appeals, Chapter 43, Section 2 variances required, caretaker's cottage. Okay, and I think that's it. Signed, Rich Oliver.
Okay.
I believe that's it.
Tom.
Sworn in?
Okay, ZBA number 25-19, application of Mikhail Varshavsky, owner for variances from zoning code, chapter 43, R80 district, group A, section 5.228, caretaker's cottage, front yard allowed with rear yard proposed for a caretaker's cottage in the rear yard at an existing single-family residence. The premises are located at 72 Skylar Road, Blauvelt, New York, and identified in the Orangetown tax map as section 65.15, block 1, lot 12.2 in the R80 zoning district. Okay, if you could just walk us a little bit through this project and
Certainly.
what the
My name is
conditions
John
are.
Perkins. I'm the architect for the project. The proposed project's pretty simple. It's in an R80 district by right we're allowed a caretaker's cottage, but it's usually located in the front yard. I don't know if anyone on the board has had the opportunity to visit the site and take a look at the property. The property is a unique property. It's very beautiful, and we would propose to put the caretaker's cottage and what may be used as a pool cabana at some point in the rear yard to avoid any obstruction or any interruption of the view from the property. Right now, it's a pretty spectacular view up there, and we don't want to interrupt it in any way, and we kind of place it in place, and it better suits us to be in the rear yard. So the project itself is 1,000 square foot structure. 400 of the square footage is actually a covered porch area. 600 is bathroom, kitchen, and pool house, common space. So pretty small. It's about 25-4 deep by 40 foot wide. So not a huge structure by any stretch of the imagination. The height of it is about 17 feet to the average roof height, and the distance from the rear property line is 17.2, and that's based kind of on the orientation of the pool. So we're kind of designated to kind of fit in that area in the back corner. There's presently some retaining walls, and the pool is there, so we're trying to kind of fit it as nicely as possible in the landscape. As far as comments from the planning department, the surveyor engineer actually did a proposed site plan with a more bold print proposed work over the existing conditions so that we could kind of designate where things are located, proposed as opposed to existing. So that should kind of hopefully alleviate any of their concerns. And if you'd like, we'll kind of step up and show you the plans themselves so you can get a better idea of what we're proposing. The plans themselves, pretty basic, covered porch at the front. The common area is at the center, kitchenette at the far left side, bathroom with utility room at the far right corner. It's a slab on grade construction, so pretty much what you see is what you get. As far as the elevations, the front view has a 4-panel slider at the front with the French door at the bathroom and double casement window at the kitchenette. Another double casement window at the left-hand side of the structure, and if you look at the left-hand side view, you can see the covered porch. So again, that'll be the slab on grade construction. Mirror image on the right-hand front. In the rear, there are only two small doors at the rear serving the structure. So pretty self-explanatory as far as any kind of proposed construction we need to do there, safety rooms or any of that type of thing. So I think it solves a lot of our problems and creates a pretty beautiful site after it's gone forward.
So is it a cabana or is it a caretaker's house?
It may be,
It's two different things on the drawings.
on the drawings, it's proposed as a cabana.
Yep, but what you came in front of us as a caretaker's house.
It may be used as a caretaker's
That's
house.
not what the application says.
Okay.
It does, so I mean, it's a concern there for me, and also, it's in a 100-foot buffer, can you explain the buffer? Or how did the pool get a permit inside the buffer?
As far as I know,
I'd be interested to know that.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Okay, so, but it's within that buffer zone, right? And now there's construction that's gonna go in the buffer zone, I don't know if that came in front of it, I don't think we had anything to do with that. But that's a concern too, and we have to figure out what the buffer zone's for. It was given there, what was it, Denise, for property at one point in time, donated?
Yeah, Blake, I think it's the Blake Town Park.
Rocky Park.
And the 100-foot buffer was put in by the planning board. And I can't find it on my phone, and I didn't print it, but I don't know, I could send it to Caitlin. It said the board will consider what may occur in the 100-foot buffer, but they never did. They just put a 100-foot buffer in there.
Okay.
In the decision.
Documented as such, and if they would've put the pool in, they would've had to address that, no?
Yeah.
You know when the pool went in? Was it bought with the pool? No, I don't think so, right?
Oh, who's that? Okay.
Was it bought with the pool?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay,
So why is it a caretaker if it's a cabana?
To allow for cooking appliance,
I'm sorry, say it again?
to allow for cooking appliance. It's gonna be heated.
so you're circumventing something? To get
Yes,
something?
I'd say yes.
It's not gonna be occupied year-round. It's likely gonna be used as a pool cabana.
I mean, if I had caretaker, I'd want their house in front so that they can see who's coming into the property,
Not in this case.
because it's not a caretaker's.
Rear of the house? You look at it?
So this is the top of, is that Clausen Mountain? And what's, obviously there's a bunch of trees behind you guys, who owns the property back there? Is that Town of Orangetown or?
Yes, actually, it's owned by the town of Orangetown. It's the Stephen Rowe Bradley Park. And on the right-hand side, there's a neighbor beyond their property, Scott Park. So they actually have a neighbor to the left and to the right, but nothing behind.
So obviously the property is unique insofar as you're at the top of a mountain with like hardly any neighbors, totally isolated.
270 degrees.
Right.
I mean, the rear, it's not, what, you're asking for something specific, but the rear yard variance is tremendous. See that even as an issue, one of the reasons for denial.
There's no variance requested there.
There's a,
Where's the denial?
30-foot variance required for the rear yard.
Is it treated as a principal dwelling or an accessory structure?
Yeah. Well, you have it as a
You have it
proposed,
as yours.
it's on your drawing saying rear yard cabana, 17 feet, not 17 foot 2.
Did the inspector call that out?
No.
I think it's because the variance required is because it's in the rear yard, not because it's 17.2, or is?
No, it says it right here,
It's rear yard.
variance required.
Oh, for rear yard.
In conversating with the inspector, there's mention of whether it's treated as a principal dwelling or an accessory structure, what the setbacks might be, so oversight on his part.
So is the 17, is it when it's a cabana that we're not gonna count it, or is it when it's a,
What works better for him?
no, that's not the way it's supposed to work.
It's gonna be a cabana. It's used as a cabana, but we need a cooking appliance inside of it.
To me, that's, why?
Why do we need a cooking appliance?
Yeah,
For-
why?
For entertaining.
Use it.
Well,
That's
that's
not-
not
that's
what
not-
this is about.
That's not how it works.
This is not what, that's not the way it works.
I get it, it's on the top of the mountain, no one can see it, but it still doesn't circumvent the,
All right, if we were to limit the cooking appliance, could we call it a cabana? And
then you can come back in front of us and then resubmit it how you wanna submit it. But I don't know what, I'm not gonna get debating what this is now. There's already two different things on what we're looking at. You're making a statement that's incriminating, I don't wanna say incriminating, contradicting what we're
Dishonest.
trying to, what, what the idea behind this, the variances are for.
the phraseology on the application was based on a conversation from Rick Oliver.
I don't, Rick Oliver is not the variance, he's not the zoning board. And if he wants to say what he wants to say, that's fine, but you're gonna come in front of us in the end. So I don't know what to tell you, honestly. I'm really, I'm at a loss a little bit here.
First time I've ever seen this.
I'm not sure. I mean, as one person, one member of this board, and you can poll the other ones, I'm not very inclined to approve this until there's clarity around what it is you're trying to do. And I know what you're trying to do.
I think it's
It's
clear what they're
circumvent
trying
the
to do.
Then you've made that very clear. So I don't know how much, I don't know what you expect from us as a semi-quasi-legal board to accept that. I don't know. I'm not gonna put my name to that.
I
Again,
agree.
I'm here based on advice I was given.
You're giving bad advice.
He's your employee.
Not my employee.
He's
He's our employee.
If he was hypothetically going to be putting like an outdoor kitchen,
An
there would be no
accessory structure.
variance, right? Like if he was just putting an outdoor kitchen with a grill,
Mm-hmm.
Well, we wouldn't even know. Would we need to know?
Yeah, we would get an accessory structure thing.
For a grill?
Well, we've done it before, outdoor kitchens.
Outdoor kitchen.
True.
so the problem is that it's inside the caretaker's
It's
The
inside the
cabana?
cabana.
I get why it kinda seems like this.
Somewhere someone can sleep overnight and everything, so.
You're asking for a residence.
There's a residence.
It's very deceitful. I get what you're saying, and I know that you, and I get it, the fact that there's nobody there, right? But we heard today from another applicant about precedents, which we don't really go by, right? But this is circumventing laws.
There's also, why is this 100-foot buffer? What's allowed to be built in this 100-foot?
Right.
Maybe the planning board should tell us.
I would like to understand when the pool was put in.
Yeah, do we have a permit? Can we see it?
There's two members.
I think we need some clarification here.
I need a lot of
So
clarity.
if you want to ask for a continuance to further clarify the information and present a case, that's up to you. You have to ask for that.
We would like a continuation to provide clarification for the commission at the next meeting.
Okay. Thank you. Make a motion to close? Oh, no,
No.
I'm not closing.
Not closing
Not
it.
open. Caught myself. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, make a motion to open. Pierce,
Not
All in
supposed to be
favor?
closing the
Aye.
meeting because of a
Pierce,
reopening.
open. All in favor?
Second.
Aye. Second and aye.
I already seconded it half an hour ago.
Gotta be nice to Audrey. Gotta catch up.
Sorry. God, Audrey, I apologize.
guys got every? Oh, wait, sorry.
No, when I decide that, I'll just leave your hands.
My name is Jan Degenschein. I'm the architect planner for the proposed project. My address is 407 Newtown Avenue, Lowell, Connecticut.
I'm Stephen Honan. I have my card, third division, McCartney Law, United States South Broadway, South Atlantic, New York, United States.
Chad Pierce, 76 Old Mountain Road, South, New York, 0960, owner.
We have a letter?
Yeah, somewhere, I think. Just had them in my hand.
I have a notarized affidavit of posting and
Yes.
disclosure certificate and letters of correspondence.
Anyone speaks, swear you guys in, if you don't mind? Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Yes?
Yes, I do.
Okay. But the attorney, though, I should be sworn in.
Are you reading or reading these? Oh, read these
You have to be, everybody has to be, it's the rule.
You have to be attorneys.
No, whatever.
Okay, want me to read these? There's a letter from the, huh?
Sorry.
That's okay. Rockland County Department of Planning dated May 30th, 2025. Variant, the item is Pier 76 Old Mountain Road. Reason for referral, South Boulevard and Old Mountain Road, County Road 28, Blueville State Park. The County of Rockland Department of Planning has reviewed the above item, acting under the term of the above GML powers and those vested by the County of Rockland Charter. I, the Commissioner of Planning, hereby remand for local decision. Proposed action is deemed to have no significant countywide or intercommunity impact under New York State General Municipal Law 239. Therefore, the action is a local decision, and it's signed Douglas Schutz, Acting Commissioner of Planning. A letter from Rockland County Sewer District Number 1 dated June 18th, 2025. Rockland County Sewer District Number 1 does not object to the plan as shown. This project does not affect any sanitary sewers within the district. We request no future correspondence for this site. Signed, Nicholas King, Engineer 2. And a email, or a couple of emails, I'm just checking the times here, from Caitlin Bettman, dated Friday, May 16th, 2025, 9:16 a.m., to gaddy@orangeandrockland.com, William Perhota at veolia.com, DEP-R3@decnewyork.gov, Matthew Shook at pipc.org. And with several CCs here, but good afternoon. See the attached referral for Pier 76 Old Mountain Road, Upper Grandview, 71.051-26. This project is scheduled to appear in front of the zoning board on June 18th, 2025. That was at 9:16 a.m. At 9:58 a.m., Matthew Shook responds, hello Caitlin, upon review of the attached, I do not foresee PIPC issuing any comments. Thanks for sharing and for giving the opportunity to weigh in on the project. Signed, Matthew Shook, Chief of Staff. And a response to the same email from Alfred Gaddy, dated Monday, June 9th, 7:27 a.m. Good morning, Jane. The proposed addition, proposed foundation may be in conflict with the existing service depending on exactly where the service enters the house. Please contact ONR's new business department for all disconnects, reconnects, and load increases. Please note all gas facilities must be located prior to work, and all Code 753 rules must be followed. Thanks, Alfred Gaddy, Gas Engineering, Orange and Rockland Utilities, and that's it.
Okay. ZBA number 25-20, application of Chad and Amanda Pierce, owners, for variances from zoning code chapter 43, R22 district. The addition of second floor over the existing proposed porch location is an expansion of a non-conforming bulk, as the front yard is only 16 feet 1 inches with 40 feet required per 93(9.34), extension or enlargement. To the extent the district bulk regulations permit, and on application of the Board of Appeals, any use except a sign first permitted by right or by special permit in any district may be extended up to but not exceeding the aggregate increase of 50% of the floor area or its land area occupancy if a non-building use. However, this provision may be used only once for each such use. Group 1, Section 3.12, both variances required. Column 8, front yard, 40 feet required, 16.1 proposed. Column 11, rear yard, 45 feet required, 14.19 proposed for a two-story addition. Replacement of a lower deck, new upper deck, and interior renovations at an existing single-family residence. Premises are located at 76 Old Mountain Road, Upper Grandview, New York, and identified in the Orangetown tax map as section 71.05, block 1, lot 26 in the R22 zoning district. Layout.
And, number of conversations with acting building inspector, with Oliver, and, we actually came to agreement with him after a long series of conversations. This particular property is, landlocked and has no proximity, exact proximity to the street. And the question of what should be the front yard. There was a previous application to the zoning board of a far more extensive modification to the site. That variance was granted. In that variance, the front yard was designated as the yard in which the front elevation of the house, that elevation of the house is not nearly street. Believe that the appropriate street and therefore the appropriate yard as a front yard would be Mountain Road South. Address, that is the exit to the property is, and it is closest to the site and the building. Start button as far as the yards are concerned. To make those modifications, we bring that to you first for your affirmation that we have correct. Secondly, that there is no definition of building, and if there is from the street line, if we take from the designated street line measuring, we have a 273-foot plus or minus yard. That, and we feel that the front yard should be rear yard of the neighborhood. North, not increasing, not decreasing the, we are adding a second story. Side yards, which were problematic before based on the old interpretation, no longer require a variance because they would rear yard, which was the modifications to the house are minimal. Conformity with might be expected of contemporary lifestyle, and modest, and we're open to any questions you may have.
So, do we know when the last,
CBA 109-19-107, would you like to see it?
yeah, I didn't see it, is it in
No,
here?
we didn't see it. No,
I
was it?
don't know, I sent it to you.
Okay.
It was Cruz and Smith.
Good, that was part of the packet, that's online.
Thank you.
2019, we had to come.
Yes.
12/4/19.
R 22 zone, undersized lot, 0 street frontage, required, front yard is 40 foot, but C note 6, I didn't get the application, their plan. Required side yard is 25, but because this property is undersized, 20 foot side yard.
So variance, so the front yard would be,
And I think we made the front yard in that decision, the 30.
That's facing the neighbor.
yeah. Now,
Yeah.
they want to change that.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't, that's a tough spot. I mean, that doesn't matter. One member of the board, that would matter.
Frankly, I mean, I agree that it should be based on the street,
Mm-hmm.
especially the way our
I
code
do
is
too.
worded. I don't think we should deem it 240 feet, because then that would allow them to build right up to the property line if we found it to the DSL.
Yeah, I have no issue with that. I believe you're keeping the same, on the survey, the same 16-1, whatever the
Well, it's
case.
the right of way, it's not the property, it's just the right of way.
Right,
All
right,
that
yes.
property is a driveway, they're allowed to use.
That in itself.
It's right, it's not owned as either, as a piece of property. And I think
So if
that's
they-
why you had the big discussion when the Chris Smith
Yep.
property came in.
Yeah.
They had a lot of walls and stones. Yeah,
Right.
it was proposed.
Yes.
I remember.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, so that being the case, once they were to enter the property from the right-of-way, to me, that's their front yard. In my opinion.
I agree,
Right,
too.
you were
I
saying
agree,
that?
I agree.
Okay, so we're all on the same page with that one. Like, again, you. Facing north.
North south.
16 feet 1 to the porch. Right, now, I didn't see.
What's that?
Are you building over you're building over the porch, right? So the 16-1 remains, but you're going up. This is the last. Four. Could you tell me the house in front, there's two pieces of property in front, Rosen, this says Rosen and Silver Straw.
No.
But where in adjacent, as an example on the survey here, is the house from on this property? On Rosen I'm pointing to?
Roughly 50 feet up, I would say 50 feet up.
Off of Romero, not towards yours, it's
No,
towards the
there's
front
a
more.
significant amount.
And what about the next one closer, Silver Straw?
Same
Similar?
thing.
Is that pictures? Oh. Well, and there's also a lot of bufferage.
Yeah, we have a fairly private and decent amount of space between our
Okay.
neighbors. And they've all provided letters of support.
They have?
Oh, we do? Did we have those?
It was for the previous one, the board meeting prior to this one.
You were in front of us before.
No, this one was,
Planning board.
planning board.
Oh, you don't have those letters?
GIS photos of the
No,
lots and
He's got it,
you got it nicely right here. We like the colors.
Nice colors.
Can I see them?
so we don't have those letters here.
Yeah, let me see that. That's the GIS. That's good. Oh, it gives you everything.
Yeah.
It shows the giant building back there. That's yours? I'm just kidding.
That's the caretaker's
You're sure about that, right? Yeah. Or a cabana, one of the two. So we don't have those letters here. That's too
I
bad.
apologize, yeah, that was something that was the previous board, I can provide it.
No,
It's okay, we like to read them.
okay, so. So, we're going to look to have the, never expand four, one-time expansion, for non-conforming. Height variance because of the, was there a height variance, is there a height variance because of the?
Pre-existing non-conformance, we're not exceeding the existing.
It's existing, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, it never, it was
They
never
never did
expanded.
it.
No,
They never
never
did
did.
Permitted, never action.
But never did.
They never did it. You guys have anything else?
Well,
Good?
there's things to decide here as far as what's gonna be the front yard.
No, I think we decided that.
Did we decide?
Yeah, we
I didn't
decided.
hear that.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you were.
Is it gonna face north or is it gonna?
North.
Okay,
North,
Yeah, I think.
to
that-
the property line?
To the, yeah, the front
Okay.
property line of the back two houses, the
Gotcha.
gravel driveway as you come
Okay.
in, that'll be the front yard? Yep.
So the variance would be 16.1 in the front?
Right.
Yeah,
correct.
okay, gotcha.
Anyone from the audience wish to be heard on this? Once, or twice? Okay. Motion closed? All in favor?
aye.
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 Yeah, no, what is it?
Thank you.
Good luck.
Why you?
You'll get them back, after,
All right.
or Caitlin said, make sure they're.
Oh, that's,
Taylor's the worst offender.
Okay.
Okay.
I was saying all the time.
What are we keeping the flames for?
I guess, you know, I'll take.
Okay.
Did, aren't that Commerce Show?
Yes.
There you go.
I thought I saw you sneak in the back. Pretending she was here all along.
I remember you.
Come on.
You've been here before.
I saw her walk
Yeah,
into,
too many times, right. I know what you're reading.
saw her walk into.
okay. Any letters,
Yes, there are. Yes, there are.
I have a notarized affidavit of posting and disclosure certificate and letters of correspondence.
There we go.
Yeah, you got it?
Your card, can you just state your name? Yes, of course. Geraldine Tortorella of Hockerman, Tortorella, and Wexstein, in White Plains, and we're counsel for the applicant.
Okay, first letter from the Rockland County Department of Planning dated June 25th, 2025. Item Orangetown Commerce Center, building height, reason for referral, Western Highway, County Route 15. County of Rockland Department of Planning has reviewed the above item, acting under the terms of the above GML powers and those vested by County of Rockland Charter. I, the Commissioner of Planning, hereby remand for local decision. The proposed action is deemed to have no significant countywide or intercommunity impact under New York State General Municipal Law 239. Therefore, the action is a local decision. And that's signed Douglas J. Schutz.
You should.
And an email from Caitlin Bettman dated June 9th, 2025 at 1:45 PM to King N at County of Rockland, New York, US, Green Tinston, Lorelei Tinston L at County of Rockland, New York, US, Matthew Shook M at pipc.org, Brenner Jason, DOT, Jason Brenner at dotnewyork.gov, Michael Slipper at csx.com. And a response from Jason Brenner at dotnewyork.com dated Wednesday, June 11th at 9:47 a.m. Caitlin, New York State Department of Transportation has reviewed the request to extend the building height variance for 5 Greenbush Road in Orangeburg. Overall, NYS DOT does not object to the proposed extension. However, NYDSOT will need to follow the following information for our review on impact of this project. A traffic impact study shall be prepared and submitted to NYSDOT for further review and comments. This review will include the submission of the synchro files for our review. It's signed Jason Brenner, Assistant Engineer, Traffic and Safety Group, Hudson Valley Region, New York State Department of Transportation. And
Letters?
That would be great. I think I'm sure Caitlin sent them to me already, but thank you very much.
okay, what I did not do was to read the part that Caitlin sent out, which said, "Good afternoon, please see the attached referral of Orangetown Commerce Center, 5 Greenbush Road, Orangeburg, 74.15-1-2, scheduled to appear in front of the zoning board on July 16th, 2025. All right, and then there is a response from Matthew Shook dated June 10th, 2025, 3:56 PM, to Caitlin Beckman. Thanks for the heads up. I don't see PIPC issuing any comments on this at this time. And it's signed Matthew Shook, Chief of Staff, Palisades Interstate Park Commission. And I believe that's it. Yes, for that. Wait, so am I reading both of them? One is for there's letters for the building height, and then there's letters for
might
the
as well.
signage. So
So
I'll read both.
I'm gonna read them both in a row once I.
Okay, so, letter from Rockland County Department of Planning dated June 25th, 2025. Orangetown Commerce Center signage is the item. Reason for referral, Western Highway. And the County of Rockland Department of Planning reviewed the above item, acted on the terms of the above GML powers and those vested by the County of Rockland Charter. I, the Commissioner of Planning, hereby remand for local decision. Proposed action is deemed to have no significant countywide or intercommunity impact under New York State General Municipal Law 239. Therefore, the action is a local decision. Signed, Douglas J. Schutz, Acting Commissioner of Planning. And a sign-off from the Rockland County, New York State Department, of Transportation, dated July 16th, 2020, no, that's the date it's before us, dated June 11th, 2025, and the applicant is requested an extension of time for signage, and it is signed, it's just a sign-off from Jason Brenner, June 11th, 2025. And then, an entity disclosure form, project, Orangetown Commerce Center, 5 Greenbush Road, Orangeburg, tax lot, 74.15-1-2, BF Orangetown LLC, which is the name of the applicant, owner of the property, also BF Orangetown LLC. Land use application, description of project, application for reapproval of building height and monument sign variances. And, supposed to read here?
Did you read the sewer district? No, what she hadn't done is she hadn't circulated that. That's for all of you board members to make sure that you
Oh.
don't have any interest or knowledge.
Oh,
or
okay.
close family
Okay,
relationship
good, then
with
I
the
have a
LLC
feeling.
members.
Okay.
Did you read the sewer district letter?
I don't
It doesn't say it's for
have it here.
signage or height, it just says
I don't have that one.
Orangetown.
Unless it's here. Hold on, this might be it.
It's a single.
Yes, I did. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Rockland County Sewer District, a letter dated July 16th, 2025. Rockland County Sewer District does not object to the plan as shown. This project does not affect any sanitary sewers within the district. We request no future correspondence for this site, and it's signed Nicholas King, Engineer 2. And now that's it.
Try to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, have you got?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna read both of these. ZBA 25-21. Application of Orangetown Commerce Center for an extension of the extension of time to implement variances that were granted in ZBA number 1663 and extended once in ZBA 1807 and again in ZBA 20-1, 21-44, and ZBA 23-14, variances from zoning code chapter 43, Town of Orangetown, LI District, sections 3.1, 2, column 12, building height for a new commerce center. The premises is located at 5 Greenbush Road, Orangeburg, New York, and are identified on the Orangetown tax map as section 74.15, block 1, lot 2, in the LI zoning district. And ZBA number 25-22, application of Orangetown Commerce Center for an extension of time to implement variances that were granted in ZBA number 16-2 2, and extended once in ZBA 18-06, and again in ZBA number 20-10, ZBA 21-43, and ZBA 23-15, variances from zoning code chapter 43 of the town of Orangetown Code, LI District, section 3.1, column 5, number 7, total sign area, and number 8, sign setback for 2 internally light-lit freestanding signs at a new commerce center. The premises are located at 5 Greenbush Road, Orangeburg, New York, and identified on the Orangetown tax map as section 74.15, block 1, lot 2, in the LI zoning district. Why are you back?
So I guess I don't need to describe the application.
Why is it
to you.
not working?
No.
We are back because, you know, for the same reasons that has continued, our client's philosophy in construction is wanting to make sure they have an end user before they start construction so that they continue and complete the building instead of leaving it empty. We also, as you might remember, this area was part of the Orangeburg pipe facility, so we've got contamination on the site in the groundwater and the soil. We've got metals and petroleum compounds. It's been through a rigorous review with the New York State DEC for cleanup. A remedial action work plan has been approved. We did commence some work to remove some trees pursuant to a building permit since the last time that we were here. And our hope is that we'll be able to move forward and start the cleanup. But lots of factors, including financing costs, the economy, the lack of demand for the space of the nature that we're proposing, all have made it difficult to make that decision to go ahead and break ground. Work, do the cleanup, and continue construction. We have a bond that has been posted since the beginning. About $187,000, so we've had to continue to keep that bond in place. And we have invested quite a bit in terms of obtaining the approvals, keeping the approvals alive, having the bond in place, and we're very committed to completing the project. It's just a matter of.
Been quite a few years.
Yeah.
That's the planning board decision I gave you earlier, the PB 15-14, the extension of the performance. Because of the site plan approval.
I was really, came into this really wanting to be say no, or keeping it to a year. I really want moving, right? But I get what you're saying in regards to financially, right? I mean, we've extended this multiple times.
So what I've submitted to you is the equivalent of a full application. So that even if you weren't to have granted it, if we made the application tomorrow, I ask you to ask yourselves, would you grant it?
Yeah.
And what wouldn't be the reason? So you know, even putting together these packages is an
Of course.
exercise in it.
I get that, right? But I mean, I've been through this since the beginning. Like, we've been here for a while.
You could probably make my application.
No,
and my
no, I would definitely.
I would not want to.
No, absolutely.
No, but you know it well.
So, I mean, the bond was granted for 2 years. right?
Yes.
With the planning board,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Is that what you guys were looking for in that regard?
that is what I would ask you for, yes. Because it expires if you don't substantially complete by the end of the approval, not if you don't commence. Somewhat exacting standard.
But I mean, it doesn't look like you're gonna be substantially complete in 2 years anyway.
I don't think so, because I think construction probably 18 months, but
So is the cleanup going ahead, irregardless of the fact that you don't have a person to be, a client to be in the structure?
not yet. We're trying to time it so that we can go from
So you could be
cleanup
back in 2 years.
to construction. We don't want to disturb the site, do cleanup, and then let it sit down.
Sit on it, yeah.
That's our
So is there, it's a super fun, what they call it?
brownfield.
Brownfield?
Yes.
Is there any type of push from the government agencies to do that anyway?
I'm not environmental counsel, but my understanding is that they have been in touch. Our council, environmental council, and DEC are in pretty regular contact with us. So it's on DEC's radar.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine that they're only gonna put up a certain amount of time too, right? So, okay.
That's my assumption as well.
I know, but
But it is still in the brownfield cleanup program, so it's not as if it had been removed from the program.
we'll never do that.
I don't know if the state will ever get around to figuring out that they should do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything, I mean,
I don't. Happy to see them back here.
he just wants you to build it.
Well, yeah,
Clean it up first.
Well, that,
but for somebody to come back 5 times,
I will determine.
I get it.
Well, and don't take this
No.
in an offensive manner.
I
but
totally
won't
understand.
see you again.
Yeah.
At least on this-
I don't know, 2 years, probably, chances are
I
not
don't
that
want to see
good.
him again either.
We probably will see you again.
I think you said that the last time.
All right, anybody from the audience wish to be heard? All right, motion to close,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Doesn't matter.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
We have to,
Oh, yeah, we can't do that yet,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
can't do that yet.
Good to see you again.
We're gonna make
I have to do secret first.
Yeah. I wanted to go home. Where you going? Just starting.
I was interested in the,
Oh, well, what's going on?
I don't know, can I ask you a question? You're looking for a height variance?
Those are long gone, those
They
are
were
all.
granted the height.
Yeah, they were granted all this issue just for extension, so they can continue to gather momentum and be able to build a project.
Okay, thank you.
You guys.
Bye-bye.
It's a
big
big set of keys. Are these yours, Billy?
Yeah, those are mine.
For a shop.
Yes,
Only item that-
yes, just for a coach.
Okay, ready? ZBA 25-10, applicant Showplace Properties, ZBA 25-17, Barbera. Based on the testimony heard by this board and the facts as presented in the application, seek to construct or expand a single, 2 or 3 family lot. Seeks to construct, expand, or place a minor accessory or pertinent residential structure. Seeks area variances for construction or expansion of or relating to a single, 2 or 3 family and/or seeks only setback or lot line variances. The applications are exempt from environmental review under the State Environmental Quality Review Act pursuant to SEQA. 5C 1, 2, 11, 12, 16, and/or 17. If you have no questions or comments, the board member may adopt my legal opinion as a motion.
So moved,
Second.
all in favor?
ZBA 5-20 applicant Spears. Since the planning board noticed its intent to declare itself lead agency and distributed that notice of intention to all involved agencies, including the ZBA, do not object to the planning board acting as lead agency for this application pursuant to Environmental Quality Review Act regulation, section 617. And since the planning board conducted secret review and on January 8, 2025, is set forth in PB 5-01, the preliminary site plan approval subject to rendered an environmental determination that adverse environmental impact would result from the proposed land use might be a negative declaration. The ZBA found that the planning board's negative deck cannot require further secret review. I have no questions or comments, the board member may adopt my legal opinion as a motion.
Moved,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
ZBA 25-21, applicant Orangetown Commerce Center for height. ZBA 25-22, applicant Orangetown Commerce Center. Planning board noticed its intent to declare that notice of intention to all involved agencies, including for these applications pursuant to review under the State Environmental Quality Review Act regulation, section
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I make a motion that we approve the application of Showplace Properties for the variances requested. They did provide the information that we needed. It's really not provides no undesirable change to the neighborhood, not very substantial. And if can really, I guess they cannot really achieve this by any other means. So I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, vote.
I make a motion that we approve 2517 for Barbera. The floor area ratio is a substantial variance. The side and rear are minimal variances. So we did make them do their homework and come back with similar properties. There are several properties in the area with similar sized houses with similar variances. They came with many letters of support from surrounding neighbors. We didn't get any letters or any issues from the agencies, the county agencies. I don't see any adverse environmental impacts, and I think it will improve the quality of the neighborhood, but that's nicer.
I'll second.
I think it also needs total side yard, right?
Total side, rear, floor area ratio.
Yeah, I don't think it was advertised for total side yard, but it might be.
Okay, well, I'll add that to our approval. Yeah. Yeah,
Second that.
total side, rear, front, and floor area ratio. I make a motion we approve all of them for those reasons.
Second again.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And we had, Orangetown is continued? You good?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I make a motion that we approve the variance requested for Chad and Amanda Pierce for the, first off, we're going to change the front yard to the north side as requested, which require 40-foot required variance with 16-foot one proposed and existing, and which then in turn gives the rear yard variance required, that it's 45 feet required, 14.19 proposed and existing. The lot is secluded, basically landlocked. The applicant stated that the owners of the other properties adjacent had no concerns with the project, not have any negative impact for the neighbors or the neighborhood.
Do we need to state that we're finding that the front yard's the north side?
I did.
He
Oh,
did,
he did.
he
Okay,
did.
I apologize.
Second,
And it's an undersized lot, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
second, I
Sorry about
second.
So it's-
Problem?
In this one.
Second, all in favor?
I'll
Aye.
Aye. I did, twice.
Sorry.
Maybe three
I was
times.
asking first.
Tom did it like 9 times.
No, I did the next one 5
No.
other times, though. Do it the 6th time.
Trying to be Rob Bottomolo, like sliding.
Yeah. All right,
Done quick.
so I'm gonna do this separately. Make a motion to approve the ZBA 25-21 for the Orangetown Commerce Center for their extension of time for the building height variance requested.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And I make a motion to approve ZBA number 25-22, application of Orangetown Commerce Center for extension of time to implement variances for the total sign area, sign setback for 2 internally lit freestanding signs.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Tell me again.
Make a motion to close?
Second.
All in favor? Good luck, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got it.
I think it was Billy.
That was
Billy.
interesting.